These 5 quarterbacks had the worst performances across the whole NFL in week 1. Coming in at number 5, we have Bo Nix on the Denver Broncos. Look, Bo Nix won the game, but he did everything possible to try to lose this game. Dog had 176 yards on 40 attempts, bro. And he had a lost fumble and 2 picks. Awful. And he ended up with a QBR under 20 against one of the worst defenses last year. Not good. At number 4, we got the number 1 overall selected pick in this past draft, Cam Ward on the Titans. It was a tough debut for the kid. 12 for 18, only 112 yards, and he ended up with a QBR of 7.3. Yeah, that low. But I will say it was not all on him. His offensive line gave him no help, and he was getting hit back there like it was open season. And his wide receivers dropping passes left and right like they just ate some popcorn. But when 43% of your passes end up on the ground and you can't hit your early checkdowns, well, that's a welcome to the league nightmare. Coming in at number 3, we got Russell Wilson on the Giants. Look, Russ's career is falling off a cliff quick. I mean, he's been on 3 teams in 4 years? And games like this is showing exactly why. He left this game with a 45% completion rate. And I'm watching this game here sitting like, where's that deep ball Russ Wilson merchant that I'm used to seeing? This man only had 4.5 yards per throw attempt. That is awful. Coming in at number 2, we got Bryce Young on the Panthers. Now, Bryce had a nice run of like 5 to 6 weeks where he looked like that number 1 overall selection, but this week, not even close. This is the Bryce Young we were hoping was long gone, and it looks like he's here to stay. And what's most concerning is when you're looking at his EPA, his passer rating, when he was unpressured, meaning no blitzes coming in, just a standard 4 rush and his O-line's holding up well, he was the worst in the league. Horrible across the board. And that was against the Jags defense that barely blitzed. And not only that, he also had 2 interceptions in the game and a back-breaking fumble, and he only averaged 3.6 yards per attempt. Come on, man. And then topping the list at number 1, we have Tua Tagovailoa on the Dolphins. Look, this was the meltdown of the week. Only 14 completions, 3 turnovers, and a QBR under 3. Yes, under 3. That is horrible. Plus, he was at home. He still had Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, and you're going against a Colts defense that wasn't that great last year, and they weren't able to do anything. I mean, his second interception was so bad. You had a defensive end who dropped back into coverage, and he just didn't see him and threw it right to him. So Miami's definitely in some trouble. When your own coach publicly calls out the quarterback after the game, probably not a good sign. So there it is, the 5 worst QB performances of week 1. What's scary about this list, though, is most of these guys didn't go against dominant defenses. This could actually get worse. But let me know what you think. Who was the worst quarterback of week 1? Let me know.